that way you will be able to get it at the same website, okay? So hi, my name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. So I was teaching at Santa Clara University some time ago. Then I went to the industry, and in different industries, I did some different startups, made some money. And Tickeron now is my latest startup, which is in the field of stock trading. So I've been trading myself quite a long time. So whatever I've been thinking about the trading is here on this website, okay? So what is the difference between our company and pretty much any other company you can find on the internet which gives the advice? The difference is we are SEC registered company, so a Security and Exchange Commission registered company. So what it means we under the guidelines of what we can say and what we cannot say. There are a lot of other companies which can say hello a lot because they are not registered. Here is an example. Online Trading Academy being sued Federal Trade Commission by running an investment training scheme. So what it means they could claim false and unfounded earnings. And that way they can make a lot of money. And you know how much they charge per course? $50,000. It's no wonder they've been sued for something they claim it never happened. So if you deal with us, we will never say anything which is untrue or false. And that's the major guideline which requires us to do the business, okay? So how to find out whether or not any company is registered with SEC? You have to find in the legal document form ADV Part 2. If you find that one, then you can trust more than those you're not going to find. For instance, here's a company, Betterman, you've heard, and they do have a ADV Part 2. If you go to our legal section, you're also going to find ADV Part 2. It means we are SEC registered, okay? So that's a kind of major disclaimer, and that way we don't have to say hello a lot because we're already under the guidelines of the SEC. Now, let's start. Why you really coming to these type of sessions and you want to learn about the patterns, AI, because about 75% of global trade is handled by algorithms, by computers. And you definitely want to be in that trend, and you really want to learn how it's being done, okay? So what I'm going to tell you today, very basic stuff, how to develop a trading plan, okay? Then I will tell you what we understand on the concept of the odds of trading success, okay? Then I will give you a few tricks, which is not really a topic of this presentation and this lecture about the patterns, but that's going to be very interesting for you. You can try it right away. And then I will tell you about the patterns themselves, okay? About our pattern search engine, about intraday pattern feeds, and I will tell you exactly how you can use it. One of the main feature on our side, you can try all of these techniques without the money. So you can use our paper trades, and that way you're going to be able to see if it works for you without spending and losing any money when you're being traded. Okay, so I will show you how to use it. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, basic plan, very basic, but it gives you a concept of what we're going to be talking about. So I made like 4 different type of plans. First, it's called trend continuer. You also can call it as a pattern. Why? Because you kind of stock goes up and you believe it's going to continue. Yeah, it's a pattern, okay? Trading on a dip. So what it means you're going to go up, then it goes down. A lot of people like to buy approximately here with the expectation it's going to go up, okay? On a breakout, This is a major technique for real patterns I'm going to be talking about today, where it goes up, you don't buy until it breaks through particular price, and then you buy and you expect to go up, okay? And this is a trend reversal when it goes down, and you try to find this point when it's going to go up, okay? So I can tell you from my personal experience, I've been doing that for, I don't know, 20 years. Every new person, every beginner trying to find this particular point in a trend reversal, and typically loses the money. Why? Because if it goes down, quite often, like here, it's going to continue to go down. And if you're trying to find this particular point and very disappointed that you bought here, it went up, please don't be. Don't try to find the trend reversals. It's very hard and it's impossible, and there's always a money losing preposition. You can find one or two trend reversals, but you cannot find them consistently. What you have to do is to go in this type of a direction. So goes up, up, breaks, go up. So this is also a pattern, and this is also pattern going down, breaks down, and goes down, okay? So let me show you example and a little bit of the market perspective of what's going on during the three crashes. So I have been through all these three crashes, and all of them start from a significant drops, then some rebounds, and then it goes down, as you can see, and tests that exact point of the bottom, okay? So we approximately right here, you see point number 3, 2020, we're right here, reversing a little bit right this moment. I will show you the details. And you see, this is a crash of 2008. This is a .com crash, okay? That's how long it took. Then this is a 2008 crash, again, rebound. And that's where we right now in 2020, and then all the way down, okay? And I was exactly at that point, I'm honestly saying, was trading, okay? But I never tried, already being educated on this stuff, to find this point doesn't make any sense. You get lucky once, but you can see it takes 10 years to keep catching these bottoms, which doesn't make sense, okay? So, as you can see, there were three patterns, and actually I have another picture which shows 4 patterns since 1929. So 29 crash, 87 crash, 2008, 2000, and it's 5 crashes, okay? So all of them have the same phase: drop, rebound, and down, okay? And this is all patterns. So that means we have about 5 patterns which are quite significant, and all of them ended up going down, okay? Now, let's talk about how you analyze the statistics here. And that's where we're going to take this example, okay? And let's say I have this type of trade idea, trade pattern. And then let's say I want to trade on a dip, okay? This is here. So what I do, I go back to whatever, 20 years, 50 years, whatever the data you have, and you test the following. You find the similar case for exact that stock or the security, and then see what happens when you find that. You say, okay, success, it went up. Failure, oh, okay, that means you write is a failure, and this goes up, up. So that means 3 out of 4, 75% success rate, okay? What it means you just did backtesting. And typically, any other software on the market, which you have on the websites or you buy, you are going to be forced to do this type of a backtesting. And I was always frustrated with that fact. You spend so much on the backtesting, it's unbelievable. So what we have all these strategies pre-calculated, okay? And that's the main difference between us and any other website you're going to find, okay? So when we're going to be talking about odds of success, I'm going to show you where to find that on our website. If you want, I'm just going to show you, okay? So this is our website, okay? And then you see these trade signals is a kind of news feed, okay? So what what you see is the following, okay? Look, Luna Innovation price moved about 50-day moving average, okay? And let's assume you don't know what is the moving average. You click here, and you read about moving average, okay? So you have the article. Here you can read, okay? Then, as you can see, what it writes, we found 47 similar cases, and if you log in for free, you're gonna find out how many 47 were successful. In that way, you know your odds of success, okay? So it's right here on a news feed. We're already using that, and it's all pre-calculated, okay? You see, even for, let's see, what other, expect downtrends, okay? And then you read this news, and then again, you see how many cases were, and then you can analyze pretty much every stock which goes in the news feed. You are gonna find the odds of success of going up or down, okay? And it's all pre-calculated. You don't need to do anything, okay? So let's go back. We said we don't wanna trade these trend reversals. What do we want to trade? And that's the example of what we really want to trade. You see, this is a so-called half-pipe winter skiing type of sports, right? So imagine you kind of go down, down, down. It's the same person. It's not all this. It's one. And then you really go down and then up. This is almost guaranteed you're going to go up. And that's what we want to find, catch. Really in trading, yeah, we're talking about trading, not investing in this seminar, right? We really want to catch this moment, take the profit, and then move to another one, okay? That's the main thing which we are trying to find. We're trying to backtest, present you the odds of success, and then move on, okay? Let's take another example. This is a trend continued, okay? The same thing, stock goes up and we expect goes up, okay? We believe that's the case. We go back, say success, failure, success, failure. It was 2 out of 4, 50% success, okay? Now, let's move on to the real patterns, okay? Medical patterns. You seen these ECGs when you go to the doctor, right? So they take this chart, doctor takes that as if it is AI, right? And these days AI can read that and looks, okay, this is a normal rhyme, right? And then boom, you see, they look at that, they see some kind of a difference, say, oh, arrhythmia, right? And the tachycardia, right? So why? Because they find something special on those lines, and then they claim that they know what's going on with your heart. So pretty much patterns are the health and the psychological state of the particular stock on the market or the market itself, okay? This you see atrial fibrillation. You see this is this. You look at that, you know there is a problem, okay? So there are, we support 37 different patterns, and I will show you all of them. But the basics of this as follows, okay? This is a typical called like inverse head and shoulder, right head and shoulder, because this is for the going up, this is for going down. You see, this is a head, this is a two shoulders, okay? And then what our AI does, we have hundreds of computers. They go to the market and find these type of shapes. You can say, oh, that's exactly that shape. It's not that difficult, okay? But we will say, okay, how about that shape, okay? So how about that shape? It's all head and shoulders. So that means depending on the time frame, we can find these patterns, okay? Then as doctors, our AI looks at this height, depth, and this width and all the shapes like here, right? And then concludes that this is a breakout. You remember I told you that there is a trading plan on a breakout, right? So this is exact line. If you break it, you have to enter the position, okay? So what we do, we calculate that breakout, okay? Let me show you when it's written better, okay? When it is inverse, it is going to the opposite direction. You see, this is now this is a head, this is a two shoulders. You see, this entry point is here. Some people trying to enter right here, and that is a big mistake, okay? So the main discipline working with patterns, you have to really get to this particular level. Why? Because this is, again, a psychology of this particular pattern. Every pattern has its own psychology. Look, what's going on? Look, people started to sell it, so there's more sellers than buyers. Then buyers said, no, you know what, we really need to buy. Maybe there are some market makers want to buy. They buy, and the C price goes up. They kind of don't like the stop buying. And then the sellers say again, no, we're gonna sell more. They sell. Then the buyers look at that and say, okay, well, it's a really good price. Why don't we buy, right? They buy, and then again, they see that there's buying going on. They really don't want to buy more, right? Then the sellers kind of step in, okay? And then it is going, and then what happens, here's amazing stuff happens at this particular point. When it breaks through this particular line, everyone says, I'm gonna be too late. And that's a psychological effect for the breakout. Okay, when the people say, oh, it's too late, and they start buying. And then how long they're gonna be buying? What we do, we calculate that distance of the target price. Okay, so this thing, we call it distance to target. Okay, this is a target price. That means target price is the exit. Okay, so when you see the title target price, that means this is the exit. So you kind of wait approximately here, and then you exit. Why? Because the psychology is going to be like, it's going to be most likely going to go down. Okay, so like in this sport, you catch this moment and get out, and that's what's called trading versus investing. So you really want to find this moment when you, as a skier, flying. Okay, that's the basic of the patterns. Okay, let's go and see that in the specific examples. Okay, so let me log in. Okay, you can log in easily through the Facebook. Okay, and let's go and talk about this. It's kind of my account, right? Pattern search engine. Okay. And let's talk about this different patterns, okay? So we're gonna start right here, pattern types and statistics, okay? So as you can see, this is a different types of patterns which really support some psychological effects in these bullish patterns and the bearish patterns, okay? I bet you've heard about some of them. One I already showed you, which is the head and shoulders, right? So this one, let's look at that one in more details, okay? So as you can see, that's exactly the similar kind of case. Points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a breakout, okay? And then this is a target price. That's what we give you the description, okay? So then, when we present a pattern, we tell you the confidence with which this target is going to be reached. So let's say 20%, 50%, 60%, 80%, okay? So then what we do, we collect all these trades. This is all paper trades, which are infinite amount we've been collecting. As you can see on this head and shoulder end of day, we collected on stocks. If you can try stocks, ETFs, Forex, cryptocurrency, it's going to be different statistics, right? So we collected 2,959 patterns we recognized, right? And if a confidence level is 60% or more, 67% of these trades went to the target price. We count in these algorithms only those we reach the target price. If we're halfway and it's still positive, we do not count as a success, okay? Okay. So now let's look what happens. We see, let's say if it is a 70%, then 76% of them reach the target price. If you see the pattern, 80% confidence level, but we are identified only 991, almost 1,000 patterns over the time with this level of confidence, and then we have 80% success rate. And this is to reach target price 5% or more, okay? So let's look what happens if I take 7% or more. It is 600 patterns, 85% success rate. Let's see 10, okay, 89. So obviously, this is a more and more rare case. You see, if it's 15%, I have only 139 patterns, 87% success rate to make 15%. It is a real statistics, no gimmicks, no nothing, okay? So some people ask, what is the difference between confirmed patterns and emerged, okay? So it's important to understand that when it hits the point number 5, then we call that pattern, in a computer, in the algorithm, emerged, okay? So it means we have point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. We claim it as emerged. Then we wait for breakout to confirm. Okay, that's important terminology when you look at the statistic. So if you click here and look at the emerged statistic, you see the statistic for emerged pattern is much worse. Okay, so if you start trading here, you're gonna see only 46% with the confidence 80. So we'll also calculate confidence in the moment of the emerging state. Okay, let's look at the 60. What's gonna happen? 44% reaches. So it's exact mathematical proof that, oh, I'm sorry, it's 50% target price. Let's make 5. Okay, you see, it's a 50-50. If you have 60% confidence level, distance to target 5, you have this amount of patterns, and only 52 reach. Why? That's exactly the point, that you don't want to trade here, you don't want to trade here, you don't want to trade here, you don't want to even trade here. You want to trade only here, okay? And that's what we give you, this flying moment, okay? That's what we pre-calculate, that's what we do, okay? So now, so if I want to look at the statistic of confirmed, I click here, and that's the statistic, okay, and 70, okay? Now, let's look at other patterns. So this is a famous head and shoulder pattern. Let's look at others. Another famous called cup and handle, okay? The same psychology. You see, this is a breakout, and then the market kind of goes up to that point and then creates a type of like a cup, then goes down and then breaks through that point, and this is acceleration. Am I late? Everyone trying to get in. When people are believing it's too late, then they're buying approximately to this point, okay? Let's look at this statistic again for stock ETFs, different statistics. We have 3,000, okay, confidence target price. Okay, let's look 70%, okay, 73%. And if I change 10, 77. So you see, only 300 patterns over a long period of time we discovered. This is all the records of these patterns, and it's a real paper trades, okay? So let me see. If you want to learn more, you can always look at this video. And what else you know? I bet you know flag. I've used flag a lot when I was trading. It kind of goes like that. Stock goes up, and then start kind of hibernating a little bit. And then another website, some people are going to say, oh, you have to buy right when it breaks through this line 2-4. No, the answer is no. Why? Because you have to buy above 4, okay? Then that's the right place for the breakout, and that's what we give you. We calculate that, okay? And let's at the statistic, it's only 56%, and let's say 80, 61. Nah, that's okay. Okay. So what you do, let's say channel. Okay, some people are confused with channels. Let's look at here, okay? So the same thing, okay, where it's gonna break, okay? That's the breaking point between this line and this line. That's where the breakout point. The same statistical results. Wow, 90%. Yeah, stocks really like channels, but you have to find them. And instead of looking for thousands of these pictures, you can look through these statistics, okay? So let's look more. Rectangular bottom, okay? The same thing. People like to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, breakout, okay? A lot of people want to trade right here, and it's going to be wrong. Why? Because in a bearish, you're going to find this pattern, you see, and boom, and it can, as soon as it breaks here, it's actually go opposite. Okay, so don't try to find these points to go up. Always find these points to go down. When it breaks, then we know exactly how far it's going to go down. And then with this confidence level, 70%, 82%, and then a lot of patterns, but if you find them, it's pretty successful set of patterns. Okay. So this is the general description of the patterns. Now, how to use that tool, okay? So what you can do is to click here, advanced search. In advanced search, you select what signal, what you want to find and kind of make your own setup. So what you do, you set up minimum confidence level, okay? Price range, distance to target. Then let's say you want to focus only on stock or ETFs together. Then you want, let's say, only confirmed bullish or bearish, okay? So when you set it up, you then see what's going to come out. And there are different types of, let's say, I want only statistics, this pattern for this ticker, okay? And then it's 90% confidence level, okay? Let's say, is there any kind of good stocks here? I don't recognize any. Let's see. Okay, so let's take something cat and handle, okay? So we're gonna take that bullish. You see, it was confirmed. You see, emerged on April 2nd, confirmed on April 9th, okay? Cap and handle, you click here, okay? Now you see a specific stock, okay, with a specific statistic on the right side. Then what we give you is the confidence to reach the target price. 82%, really good deal, right? Distance to target, 4% you can make, okay? And companies, ATN and communication is the industry. The same thing we already covered. Emerge on this and that. What you can do is kind of look, you see, that's exactly the shape. We discovered that it broke and went a little bit down, that's okay. And then there is a target price, it's gonna go up, okay? So let's look at the historical results of ATNI as a function of these different patterns, because you really want to see what's going on. You see, this is a 23%, 29% average. You have to look at this average return and average. This number always have to be less than this one. Okay, so 22, 25, 2016. 18.4, which is good, 17.80. So you see, it is reaction of these particular stocks we discovered with the different patterns, okay? So no gimmicks, pure math, and always found all the statistics on these paper trades, okay? Let's look more, the same thing. You see, this is a really good confidence. This is a good target price. Let's see, rectangular top. Okay, let's look at this one. So you see, I already showed you that pattern. I like the tops, 58%, 3 statistics. Oh, okay. Look, even with the confidence 20%, as soon as we found only 5 patterns, honestly, kind of without gimmicks, and 100%, that means 5 out of 5 were fine on this particular pattern, if it is confirmed, boom, okay? So as you can see, it is kind of fluctuating, but 5 out of 5, it worked out. Is that gonna work out 6 times? I don't know, but the statistics shows us it's a really a good possibility, okay? So that means it might break out to this. Then it is a statistic all here for different patterns for this particular stock. So we just don't generalize, okay? So now let's go back. So we started from advanced search. You kind of set up 55. If you put it more, you're gonna find fewer patterns, okay? So search results are 137. If you put here, you're gonna find more patterns, but the confidence, as you can see, affects the statistic, okay? If you wanna trade ETFs, then you have to include Forex too, okay? Now, so what you do when you test these setups and you believe it's good for you, then you go to this section, daily alerts, okay? So then you can get some notification, Facebook, email, push notifications, and then what you do, again, go here, alert settings, and then set up the same, okay? If you tested that was good for you, you say the same stocks, only bullish, on bearish, okay? And then start. As soon as you press button start, then with these particular settings, you're gonna start collecting new patterns, and you're gonna start getting notifications. Okay. So this is the basic for the pattern search engine end of day. What it means end of day? It means that we're taking the prices end of day. So it means that it's a pretty long, sometimes could be long patterns, could be long, right? Why? Because it's you kind of looking only end of day prices. You can say, okay, you want a day trade. Then you go here and the stock ETFs patterns, which is that we call it pattern feed. Okay, so what it means pattern feed? It means when you customize on the different time frames, okay, so the same patterns, okay, then you have time frames. I hope everyone understands what is a time frame. It means that 5 minutes means it's 1 point on the chart, okay? So let me show you. So if I see the chart and there is 1 point, it means 5 minutes. If it is end of day, 1 point, it's entire day, okay? So if I have a time frame 4 hours, that means 1 point on the chart is 4 hours, right? So in order to really create a pattern, you sometimes need 30 points, okay? So that means you can select like that, let's say 4 hours, 1 day, okay? And then you go here to stocks, and then you select from which categories you want us to find you these patterns. On pretty much every 5 minutes, we're going to find you a pattern, okay? Or you can put here some specific patterns, specific tickers you want. Let's say you want add Agilent, boom, you add here, add, boom. So if you want to select a specific set, right? So then you put it here. If you want categories, then you go here, okay? So then there's no ETFs. If you can select or unselect, then you put here select types. Here all types, bullish and bearish, are selected, but let's assume you kind of like some specific patterns, let's say only flags, only cup and handle, channels, or whatever. So you save in that way and then push notifications, and then here is the point where you create the push notifications, and then you're going to see it on the website, okay? Then what's going to happen, then you're going to see here a blue kind of button, the new patterns arrive. So you click, and every, whatever the number of minutes, you're going to be getting these patterns. Let's say this is patterns which were coming out. Let's look at that one. Status confirmed, confident, current confidence 70%. It's kind of, I don't like that. It's a penny stock. We should have not taken that. Let's take that one. You see time frame 30 minutes. So that means 1 point is 30 minutes. Here is 1 point 15 minutes. This is 1.5 minutes, okay? So what do we have? You see, target price is 39.83. Breakout entry price, this one. Current price 38.92. Okay, and then you can make 2.34% here. Okay, any penny stocks bad? I don't like penny stocks. Okay. I don't like penny stocks. Typically, penny stocks, I see it here. I think somebody used my account. I typically don't do that, okay? It is so volatile. In parents, my recommendation is take liquidity at least 1 million, put that list right here, okay? We're gonna simplify soon how to put it here like a tickers. Soon you're gonna either select or just drop here as a list. This update coming up soon. So you're gonna drop here your own list, liquid stocks, and then how to find liquid stocks. You go here, screener, screener home, okay? So we have very powerful screener actually, but that's another topic. Let me show you how to do that. First of all, it shows which industry gains losses. And let me see. Okay, so fundamentals. So you go here, you go to volume, and then you go to volume over about, let's say, over a million. Okay, and then a good thing about this screener is that you generate this filter, okay? So that filter you can generate, and then you can copy URL and pass to each other. So let me create for you one filter which just consider it as a break, right? So what we have here is a good thing, is that this is a fundamental analysis, this is a technical analysis. And in all other screeners, you're gonna see these typical fundamentals. What it is? In fundamentals, you have to know how to interpret PB ratio, PE ratio, cost per share, beta, EPS, ROE, revenue per share, total debt, PEG ratio, and many, many more parameters, right? Right. So do you know all of them? Maybe yes, maybe no, right? But what we did, we translated that into the simple English, okay? So for instance, valuation, it could be click here and you get all undervalued companies, and then you can see that all of them undervalued, okay? And this is undervalued. If you really want to find all overvalued companies, then it's all overvalued, okay? Then another thing is a balance between risk and the profit. So you click here, if it's green, that means it's good. So between 1 and 100, 1 is the best, right? So then these are the best stocks in the in this particular setup with a volume of 1 million, right? So what I can do is to go here, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, okay? And fundamental analysis, what I can do is, let's say, valuation. I can say, okay, valuation of undervalued, okay? And then profit to risk also the best, between 1 and 33, first third, okay? So now I have 36 stocks which have you see, look, stocks, okay, it's important thing is, I did it intentionally. You see, you can work with all stocks or stocks excluding penny, which satisfy these criteria, okay? Mute. We don't need the tattoo wallet open yet. That's a dumb idea. And some other of his ideas are pretty dumb. Lunge in here to stop all of it. And the piece of property I cannot mute Mike, who might be just joined us. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, otherwise other people here. Thank you. Okay. So let me continue. So you see, I selected this, that, and then how we read that filter, stocks, excluding penny. It's a big deal. Some people like penny, I don't, but some people really do. Okay, so if you click here, then all these filters applied to, so this filter obviously didn't find any penny stock because they do not have 1 million shares traded every day, okay? Then, so, oops, sorry, okay. So what I have here is no penny stock. So I typically click here, stock excluding penny. Then valuation is undervalued, right? Risk to profit. And then I have 36 stock, okay? So the good thing about this now, it is you can read about all of this, but that's not the topic of this presentation. You can come or look at my other webcast about the screener. Okay, that's where I explain that. But as you can see, I have only 36 stocks. Okay, the good thing about our screener is you can click here, and let's say I selected 20. Then you go to scanner and press just one button. Okay, and then you're going to be able to have intraday scanning of these stocks wherever I selected 20 stocks, and then you're going to see their performance in the scanner. Okay. So from technical analysis, I also don't cover that today, but there is a lot of indicators you know of. Stochastic, RSI, Arun, MACD, we have momentum, Bollinger, moving averages, right? So again, we covered that a little bit, and then I will tell you what's going on here. Let's say this particular stock, GPZ, right? As you can see on the stochastic, it's overbought for 7 days. I bet you never seen a software which will tell you that every stock being whatever overbought, oversold, and for how many days. Then MACD signal was when? Was 18 days ago, but we still calculated for you backtesting for this particular MACD, and that means 68% went up after even 18 days since the signal, okay? So as you can see, it's a pretty good stock, and then you can look at the scanner tomorrow, what's going to happen with these stocks, and then look at the performance of them a year ago, day ago, and so on, okay? So let's go back. So I kind of was here, then we moved to the this one, right? Yeah. So I just showed you that how I remove the penny stocks, okay? And then create your own customized list, okay? Right here, stocks, and then you place them here. Soon we're gonna have here a button, remove pennies, and then you're not gonna see pennies, or you're gonna see only pennies, okay? That's coming up soon. So what else? As you can see, this is a different products and feeds. This is a feed only for Forex patterns. Also, the same thing. You customize the feed. This one is customized only for 1 hour. And then you see every pair we analyze and then extract what's going to happen with the Forex pairs, okay, and also give confidence, the same entry points, exit points, current price, distance to target, everything which is required, and the timing, exact timing when it was confirmed, okay, on different time frames. Here is always 1 hour. If you forget something about the patterns, you always can go here and then find, let's say, pennant, you forgot. You click here and you read about the pattern until you really know that by heart. Okay. Now, let me go back. Did I cover everything? So I covered that. And let me see. Yeah, this one, paper trades. Okay. So let me show you how you do your paper trades. You go here, click here, paper trades. Okay. And then, like in a typical brokerage, what you do, you make a paper trade, right? So what you do, let's say, we don't have a paper trade on the Forex yet, but we're going to have it soon. You remember we made the DPZ, Domino's pizzas, right? DPZ, okay? So what you do, you go here, type here, let's say DPZ, okay? Domino Pizza, and then we agreed we're gonna buy. Right now, it's only market prices. We're gonna put here a soon stop and the limits, and you can model, and you buy, okay? So what it says, market is closed. So that means if I say, okay, it goes to pending order, DPZ is gonna buy at the opening prices. And then, so that way, we are going to have that executed for you early in the morning, open prices. It is paper trade. There's no money, okay? So now let's look where you can use paper trades. You want, let's say, go home, okay? And then how to use our signal board, which is simple, free, basics, and I'll show you how to use it, okay? Okay, so let's do like that, okay? Click here, and then I want to, as you can see, it's like in a typical Facebook, you have these hashtags, okay? Let's assume I'm gonna select hashtag technical analysis, okay? So what we're gonna see, I'm gonna see all my news which we're generating based on a technical analysis, okay? And let's assume I want this is all news based taxes instrument. You see the intersection with the 50-day moving average. If you don't know, then you click here, you can read, okay? Then let's say taxes instruments, what it shows, it's a green, so that means signal is green, so that means I can buy taxes instruments, right? So soon we're gonna have just simple button right here, and it's gonna go to your paper trade, right? So again, you type here TXN, taxes instrument, you buy, market close, then it goes to your pending order, okay? When it is real life situation, you're gonna see it's gonna be recorded as open trades, okay? Then, as soon as you sell, right, then it's gonna be recorded as a closed trades, okay? If you sell short, I hope you understand what that means, sell short, you just anticipate the stock is gonna go down, and that way you're going to be making it short, okay? So now it is all the news here, okay? So now I promised you, and I like that topic, and I have very few minutes left because it turns out that our actually, you know what, it might happen that this webcast was from 5:50, so it might the Zoom might shut us down in about 6 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be quick. I like to show, you know what, this instant trend group analysis. Let me show you what it is. It's kind of our own invention. Let's assume I want to find out what's going on with this DIA, SPY, these ones. Okay. So what I do is I go here, I type here DIA, okay? It is Dow Jones, right? SPY, ETF for the S&P 500. Then I type here NASDAQ, which is a QQQ, okay? And then another one, Russell, IWM, good representation of Russell 2000, okay? So then what I do, I can go to the news feed, or I can go to summaries. And then you see I have 4 really good representatives of the market. I go here, go, okay? So then what happens, it takes this information and then analyzes a group, okay? Every time when you see that group analysis, then you're gonna see this chart. This is analysis of buyers. This is the people more buying. This is the people selling, okay? Let's look what happens with the market. It looks like it's gonna continue to go up, what it says, but might reverse. Let's look at these things, okay? What we predicted with our indicators. And this is a simple indicators here was RSI. You see RSI gave a signal right here. Did it catch the bottom? Not really, but it got to the good point, okay? So this is a DIA is up. You see trend reversal was caught, which I don't recommend, but in this case, it was a good catch, okay? Whereas here, it's also RSI showed here. If you don't know something about RSI, then you can click here and read about RSI, relative strength index, okay? Relative strength, okay? So you see, it was a really good catch right here, okay? Now, QQQ, which is a NASDAQ, what was the momentum, okay? So you don't know momentum indicator, you click here, read about momentum. And then as you can see, this the signal for QQQ was from momentum here, and then it was good, okay? So what is here? Also RSI, okay? So 3 out of 4 was RSI signal, 1 momentum. But as you remember, I showed you, we have about 7 basic indicators which analyze the market without any patterns, right? But what we do, we calculate the odds of success for every, you see, now I'm logged in, you see 16 out of 18 cases on RSI worked out well for this case, for SPY, right? Let's look here. We have momentum. 65 out of 71 was successful, okay? And what is here? 21 out of 23, okay? And that way you do not need any pre-calculations of backtesting. This is our odds of success, okay? Guys, please be prepared. It was once, if they're gonna shut us down in 2 minutes, but then you have 2 minutes for questions, please go, okay? If you have any questions, you can type them. I'm gonna look them in the chart, in this chat. Please ask the questions. And if it's not gonna go down in 2 minutes, we're gonna continue to talk. But I think I succeeded telling you pretty much everything. Try to use this, yeah, there's 1 question, 2 questions, okay. Will this be on YouTube? It's going to be right here. It's gonna go right here, webcasts, okay? And then what you do, you go to the webcasts, okay? And then you see there are past webcasts. This is a current webcast, okay? Then this is a past webcast, and you view webcast recording, okay? So I'm gonna put as a past webcast right here, okay? So now another question. I'm a day trader. Which charts do you recommend, and which parts of a Tickeron can be useful for day trade? For day traders, I can say only recommend our intraday patterns, okay? That's the best way, and in a combination with the trend predictions, which I cover in other webcasts, okay? So I'm just trying not to be shut down. Okay, here, trades, you can look where winning. You see, this is about the screener. This is about patterns again, trending, okay? So here is about trend predictions. What we recommend for day traders is to use trend prediction engine. It's here, okay? So you look for some trends, trend prediction engine, you look for the trends, and then use patterns intraday. So that means it's kind of big wave is a big wave, and then patterns, intraday patterns. And then the good thing about the patterns is it gives you exact point, entry and exit. And then in order to prepare yourself for the next day, okay, you have to use screener, okay? So you use screener, create a watch list. So you go here, so I have a screener open. No? Okay, so you go here, you can create a watch list for tomorrow based on this, some particular indicator. So for instance, this could be my watch list for tomorrow. So what you do, let's say you want to take all these 37 you selected, which are pretty good. You see all of them green, and on the technical analysis and the fundamental analysis, all of them are good, right? So experiment with this and then click here, 36 out of 36, and then go here, add to watch lists, okay? So then I type here today 4/23, and then what I said on the valued, okay? And then plus what I did, a good risk versus profit, okay? Profit, okay? And then enter, okay? So that way I created a list, okay? So what I'm gonna do with that list tomorrow, I'm gonna go to here, my watch lists, okay? Then you see different watch lists, and this one is a list, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna extract that list tomorrow when I trade, okay? And then what you really can do is to see if that particular list has any patterns or anything which is going on. What you can do, for instance, soon there's going to be a button, transfer all these tickers to intraday pattern feed or pattern search engine. This pattern is not finished, but it's going to be here soon. It's actually, you can see that button already here. I see. That's going to be like that. Copy to, let's say, clipboard, right? And then you see all of this. I can move all of these tickers to, let's say, pattern search engine and see if there are patterns, or intraday pattern feed. You see, I can move it and find out if there is anything. Okay, so soon you're going to have that function. You can move all these tickers between screener, news, patterns, trends, and everything in one simple click. Okay, so it is 6:53. We have then for sure 7 minutes to go. Okay, because I thought they're going to shut us down at 6:50, but they definitely going to close that at 7. Now I know. Okay, so let's look for other questions. Is it possible to add 1 minute time frame for the day traders? You know what? Maybe in the future we actually had it. 1 minute time frame, we did have it, I guarantee you. But the amount of because look what this the time frame does for our computing power. Every minute we actually pre-calculate for you odds for all stocks and for all patterns. That's unbelievable amount of calculations, okay? So we, as a startup, is kind of at that stage is to get to the point where it works. First of all, it works. But the second, we have to increase our capacity for 1 minute because it takes enormous amount of calculations, okay? So when we tested, we put it online, we didn't see a lot of interest for 1 minute, and then we turn it off and stayed at 5, okay? But when the time goes, maybe we will come back to 1 minute, but not in the near future. We did have it. Okay, so how do you do real trades on the Tickeron side? We do not do any real trades on the Tickeron side. You have to go to your online broker. On Tickeron side, you get these ideas, you get trade signals, you get analysis, and then you go to your online broker. Is it in our plans to trade out of sight? Yes. Okay. So, but we're moving there gradually. We're creating a lot of features at the point where you're going to be really believing that everything is working. And then the next stage for us is to move to the real trades. It is correct. Does Tickeron need high internet speed? It's typical speed. Home speed is just fine because it is internet based. That's fine because as you can see, our shortest time frame is 5 minutes. It's good enough. and you get your prices, okay? Let me see the other questions. A day trader which start charts recommend. Best screener for day trader, okay? This one on YouTube. What exactly RSI? RSI is a relative strength index. If you don't know, you can read about that either in our academy. You can hear articles. You type here RSI, you're gonna find it and read it. Okay, but maybe I should make one webcast about all our indicators which we use. Okay, so what exactly RSI? Penny stocks bad. You will link on the webcast. Yeah. So the one question is left is the best screener for day trader. Okay. So my answer on this one, which screener is day trader. Okay. I can tell you, and I was told that many years ago when one professor went to study investing and trading said, it's like your dress, okay, investing. So depending on the weather, you use different dresses, yeah, different clothes. And then if it's rainy, you wear one. And then if it is sunny, you wear another one. So for this volatile market, you use one thing. For the trading market, you use another one, okay? So there is no one, there is not a one typical screener for the day trader. It really depends. And that's where it needs more work. And then you should either look at the screener webcast, and I'm going to be giving other lectures about the screeners. But the good thing about the screener, you can save any filter. You can save as, okay? And that way you can use that filter later. Then you can copy URL and send to your friend. When friend opens that URL, it's going to get exacted to that point, okay? So for instance, you see, I can do like that, copy URL, okay? Then I'm going to go to chart, and I'm going to place it right here, okay? If you grab it, copy and paste, then you're going to get exactly the same screen I have. So 58 minutes. What is the best strategy in your opinion that a beginner day trader should use? Again, I'd rather use, strategy you should use as a beginner. You should use the paper trade. You're gonna lose much less money if you get yourself trained on a paper trade. Don't use your own money as long as you believe you're a beginner. Okay, so that's advice number one. Advice number two: don't try to find trend reversals. That's what you guys always trying to catch. Don't try. Okay. Then what you should do with paper trades, I would recommend the following exercises. Okay, if you don't want to spend any money on premium products, that's fine. We have tons of products which are free. Okay, you just log in and use it. So what I would do is like that. Go here and then select all technical analysis and get myself familiar with the basic indicators. Okay, so when you